question was a circle has center O as 2 comma minus 3y and A minus comma y and B 5 comma 7 are points on the circle, and we have to find the value of y. Now how do we find? Again, see, since this is center, this side will be equal to this side. Why? Because both are radiuses. So this side will be equal to this side, which means AO equal to BO, and we can use distance formula and find the value of y. We have one unknown, we need just one formula, one equation, which means the equation will be AO equal to BO. Now to find AO, root of x2 minus x1, that is 2 minus of minus 1 whole square, plus y2 minus y1, that is minus 3y minus y whole square. This will be equal to BO. BO again x2 minus x1, that is 2 minus 5 whole square, plus y2 minus y1, that is minus 3y minus 7 whole square. Now to remove the square root by squaring both sides, if we square on both sides, the roots will cancel, right? So squaring both sides will cancel the root, and here we get 2 minus of minus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 square, that is 9, plus minus 3y minus y is minus 4y, minus 4y whole square is 16y square. This will be equal to, again 2 minus 5 minus 3 whole square plus 9, right? Plus here we have to use a minus b whole square formula. Be careful again, you have to use a minus b whole square formula. So a square is 9y square plus 49, that is b square. Okay, minus 2ab. So how much will be minus 2ab? Minus 2 into a is minus 3y into minus 7, right? So 2 into minus into minus plus, plus into minus, minus 2 into 3y, 6y into 7 minus 42y, right? So we got this. Now plus 9 minus 9 cancels. I'll get everything on, I'll transpose everything on one side. So I'll get 16y square minus 9y square plus minus 49 plus 42y equal to 0 when I transpose everything here. Now 16y square minus 9 will be 7y square, right? And plus I'll rearrange 42y minus 49 equal to 0. Now I have got a quadratic equation. Before solving this, I'll see if I can simplify it. If you notice, I can divide all these numbers by 7. So I'll divide both sides of the equation by 7. So I'll get y square plus 6y minus 7 equal to 0. 0 by 7 is 0. Now splitting the middle term. When you multiply, you should get minus 7 into 1, that is minus 7, and when you add, you should get what is in middle, that is plus 6. Now we need two numbers. When you multiply, you should get minus 7, and when you add, you should get plus 6. So the numbers are 7 and minus 1. 7 into minus 1 minus 7, 7 minus 1 plus 6. So I always write the smaller number first. So minus 1y, that is minus y plus 7y minus 7 equal to 0. Now this will, y is common, so I get y minus 1, which means here also I should get y minus 1, which means what do I have to take common? Plus 7. So I'll get y plus 7 into y minus 1 equal to 0. So which means y plus 7 equal to 0 and y minus 1 equal to 0, which means y equal to minus 7 and y equal to plus 1. So there are two possible values of y, one is minus 7 and one is plus 1. Alright guys, now the second question, they have said ABCD is a rectangle. They have given coordinates for B, C and D, and they have asked us to find the length of the diagonals. So now guys, to find length of the diagonals, we need the endpoints of 2. So we have for this, we do not have for this. Don't sit and find the coordinates of A. Why? Because it is not needed. In rectangle, the diagonals are equal. So if we know the length of one diagonal, it will be the same as the length of the other diagonal. So if you know this property, you won't waste time finding the coordinates of A. Directly you find the length of diagonal BD. and you have the length of both the diagonals. Now to find BD, what do we have? Root of x2 minus x1. So x2 minus x1, that is 4 minus 0 whole square plus y2 minus y1, that is 0 minus 3 whole square. So what do you get? 4 minus 0, 4. 4 square, 16. Plus 0 minus 3, minus 3. Minus 3 whole square plus 9. So we get root of 25, that is equal to 5 units. So the length of the diagonals are 5 units because both diagonals will have the same length for in a rectangle and even in a square. Alright guys, now the next question in the test, they have given you a triangle ABC with coordinates and they have asked you to find the length of the medians AD and B. To find the length of B and AD, we need to also know coordinates of D and E. So how do we find? Since AD is a median, it will divide the opposite side in two equal parts, which means D is the midpoint of BC. So using midpoint formula, we can find the coordinates of D. So midpoint formula, x1 plus x2 by 2 for x coordinate and y1 plus y2 by 2 for y coordinate. So x1 plus x2, that is 5 plus 3, 8 by 2, 4, and y1 plus y2, 3 plus of minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2, 2 by 2, 1. Similarly, E will also be the midpoint of AC since it's a median. So again using midpoint formula, 7 plus 3 by 2, that is 10 by 2, 5. And minus 3 plus minus 1 by 2, minus 4 by 2, that is minus 2. Minus 3 plus of minus 1 becomes minus 3 minus 1. That's how we get minus 2 over here. So now we know the coordinates of D and E. We can find the distances. So AD equal to root of x2 minus x1, that is 4 minus 7 plus y2 minus y1, 1 minus of minus 3, alright, whole square, sorry. So what do we get? 4 minus 7 minus 3 whole square, 9 plus 1 minus of minus 3, 1 plus 3, 4, 4 square, 16. So 9 plus 16 we get 25, so 5 units. The length of AD is 5 units. Similarly, to find length of B equal to, again distance formula, x2 minus x1, so 5 minus 5 whole square plus y2 minus y1, that is minus 2 minus 3 whole square. So 5 minus 5, 0, 0 whole square is 0 plus minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5 whole square is plus 25. So 0 plus 25, 25, root of 25, 5 units. So length of both medians are 5 units. Alright guys, the next question was, in what ratio does the line joining AB is divided by the y-axis? They have given coordinates for A and coordinates for B and it is getting divided by y-axis. So what is any point on y-axis? X coordinate will always be 0 and the y coordinate is y, right? Because we don't know exactly what it is. So the point lying on y-axis will be of the form 0 comma y and we have to find in what ratio is it getting divided. So since we have to find the ratio, let us assume it is k is to 1. Now applying section formula, since we know x coordinate as 0, we will use x coordinate. So x coordinate equal to mx2, that is k into 3 plus nx1, that is 1 into minus 2 by m plus n. Now when I transpose k plus 1 this side, it becomes 0 into k plus 1, anything into 0 is 0. So we get 3k minus 2. Now when I transpose minus 2 that side, it becomes 2 equal to 3k or k equal to 2 by 3. So we got value of k as 2 by 3, which means 2 by 3 is to 1, 2 by 3 is to 1 is 2 by 3 by 1, which is nothing but 2 by 3, which means the ratio is 2 is to 3. So the y-axis divides this line in the ratio 2 is to 3. The next question guys is a line joining points A and B is divided by a point P. They have given coordinates of A, P and B. The coordinates of P are 1 by 2 comma y and the question is to find in what ratio they are divided and also we need to find the value of y. So first we'll find in what ratio they are divided. So we assume the ratio as k is to 1. Since we know x coordinate, again we'll use x coordinate, that is 1 by 2 equal to mx2, that is k into minus 7 plus nx1, that is 1 into 3 by m plus n, right? Now transposing this that side, I'll get k plus 1 by 2 equal to minus 7k plus 3. Now I transpose 2 on that side, it becomes k plus 1 equal to 2 into minus 7k plus 3. Remember, we have to multiply with the whole thing. So we get k plus 1 equal to minus 14k plus 6. Now k terms I'll transpose on this side and constants I'll transpose on that side. So I get k plus 14k equal to 6 minus 1. So I get 15k equal to 5. So k equal to 5 by 15, which is nothing but 1 by 3. So we get k equal to 1 by 3. Since k is 1 by 3, the ratio it divides is 1 is to 3. Right? So we got the ratio in which it divides. So the ratio is 1 is to 3. Now to find value of y, what is y coordinate equal to my2, that is 1 into 9 plus ny1, that is 3 into minus 5 by m plus n. So we'll get y equal to 9 minus 15 by 4. So we'll get y equal to 9 minus 15 minus 6 by 4, or that is minus 3 by 2. So value of y is minus 3 by 2. Alright guys, now the sixth question in the test, they have told you there is a triangle ABC, BC lies on, the base BC lies on x-axis, and they have given you coordinates of C, and they have said O is the midpoint of BC, which is the origin, and they have asked us to find coordinates of B and A. Now let's take the coordinates of B as x2, y2. Guys, generally how you would have found, okay, since it is on y-axis, x value will be 0, right? The BC lies on y-axis. So on y-axis, the x coordinate is 0. We just have to find y2. Guys, how will we find? There are two ways we can find. One is, we know this B, since O is midpoint, BO will be equal to CO. So we got an equation, that is BO equal to CO. Using distance formula, we can find the value of y2. But since it's lying on y-axis, and so it will be in a straight line, right? See, O is the midpoint, which means y coordinate here is 0 and y coordinate here is minus 3. So what is the distance between 0 and minus 3? 3 units, right? Minus 3 just means it is in the lower quadrant. That's all it's showing. But what is the distance between these two? 3 units. Which means distance between these two also will be 3 units. So directly actually you can write coordinates of B as 3. So you can, whatever is the distance between this y coordinate and this y coordinate, it will be the same over this one and this one. So directly you can write 0, 3. Otherwise, if you want, you can use the equation BO equal to CO, and using distance formula you can simplify and you will get the value of y coordinate for B, which will be 0, 3. Now we have got these two. Now we need to find coordinates of A, that is x and y. How do we find? Again, there are two unknowns. We need two equations. First, what we'll do is, we have AB, since it's an equilateral triangle, AB will be equal to AC, right? So what do we have? Root of AB. Root of AB is x2 minus x1, that is x minus 0 whole square, plus y2 minus y1, that is y minus 3 whole square. This will be equal to AC. Again, x2 minus x1, that is x minus 0 whole square, plus y2 minus y1, that is y minus of minus 3 whole square. When we'll take square on both sides, so square roots will cancel. Now what do we get? X minus 0 is x square is x square, plus y minus 3 whole square, it's of the form a minus b whole square. So you have to use that formula. So it becomes y square plus 9 minus 6y, a square plus b square minus 2ab, plus again x minus 0 whole square, okay, not plus, sorry, it's equal to x minus 0 whole square, x square, plus we get minus of minus is plus. So we get y plus 3 whole square. So we have to use a plus b whole square formula. So that will become a square plus, sorry, y square plus 9 plus 6y. Now what happens? X square will cancel. Y square will cancel. Why? Because when these two come on this side, they will become minus x square and minus y square. Now plus 9 and plus 9 also cancel. So now we have minus 6y equal to plus 6y. If I transpose this minus 6y that side, it becomes plus 6y. So we'll get 6y plus 6y equal to 0. By transposing this on the other side, 0 remains. So we get 12y equal to 0, which means y equal to 0 by 12, which means y coordinate is 0. So now we got y coordinate as 0. Alright guys, now to find x coordinate, again we'll use distance formula. This is a equilateral triangle. So we can say AB equal to BC, right? So we also have AB equal to BC. Again applying distance formula, root of AB, that is x2 minus x1, that is x minus 0 whole square, plus y2 minus y1, that is 0 minus 3 whole square, will be equal to BC. So what is BC? x2 minus x1, that is 0 minus 0 whole square, plus y2, that is minus 3 minus y1, that is minus 3 whole square. Squaring both sides, square roots will cancel. We have x minus 0 whole square, that is x square, plus 0 minus 3 minus 3 whole square plus 9 equal to 0 minus 0, 0 whole square is 0, plus minus 3 minus 6 whole square plus 36. So x square equal to 36 minus 9 we get. So x square equal to 27. So x equal to root 27. But we cannot leave it like this. We have to simplify. So prime factorize 27. That is 3. 9s are 3. 3s are 3. 1s are. Now there is one pair of 3 which will come out and become 1 3. And the other 3 single 3 will remain inside the root. So it becomes 3 root 3. So x coordinate is 3 root 3. Alright guys, the last question in the test. They have given you two vertices of a triangle. They have given you vertices of a centroid, and they have asked you to find the third vertex. The vertex of a centroid is origin, which means 0, 0, and you have been given B and C coordinates. You just have to find A coordinate. Now let the A coordinate be x and y. Simple application of formula. What is centroid formula? Centroid x coordinate is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, right? What is x in this case? 0 equal to x1. Let us take that as x plus x2, that is minus 3 plus plus x3, that is 0. x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. Now 3 when I transpose on that side, it becomes 0 into 3, 0 equal to x minus 3. So x equal to 3. We got the x coordinate as 3. Similarly for y coordinate, what is y coordinate centroid formula? y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. What is y centroid is 0. What is y1 is y plus y2, that is plus 1 plus y3, that is minus 2 by 3. Again when I transpose 3 on this side, 0 into 3 becomes 0. I get y plus 1 minus 2 minus 1. Plus 1 minus 2 is minus 1. Transpose 1 minus 1 on that side, it becomes plus 1. So I got y coordinate as 1, x coordinate as, we have already got x coordinate as 3. So what are the coordinates of A? 3, 1.